And we are now joined by Rachel Goldberg, an American Israel activist on behalf of the hostages and the mother of Hersh Goldberg, who was abducted by Hamas while attending the Re'im Music Festival on October 7th. Rachel, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We all witnessed the abduction tape that the families agreed to release, and we remember, did we need to see that tape as a reminder of those that have been left behind?
Well, what was presented to us was a few families who also have children who were in that truck, who have not had any proof of their children being abducted except for that footage. And that was presented to their family last week. And we were also contacted. My husband saw the footage. I didn't want to see it. And we all felt strongly that what happened on October 7th is so difficult for anyone to digest, even with the few images that the world is seeing, that any bits of evidence that show what happened on that day are very critically significant for the world to see. And so I don't know that it was giving more information necessarily, but it was painting more of a vivid picture of what happened specifically to the boys who were in that truck on that day.
Rachel, the war is winding down. The Rafah operation is nearly complete, and still no sign of some 120 Israeli hostages living and dead still in Gaza. To your knowledge, are there any indications of a deal in the works?
Well, we certainly are hopeful and optimistic that things are happening. In our experience in this last 264 days, when there is seeming quiet, oftentimes that's when behind the scenes there is movement. And we are certainly all praying, I think everybody is praying, that that's the case here, because exactly as you said, the worst fear would be we are now in a situation where Gaza has been decimated, and now here we are still missing all of these cherished human souls. And I think at this point, especially, whether we end, whatever end the war means, in 4 days, or if we stop fighting with some leverage to get our people back, I think that that would make sense. I'm not a military strategist. I'm not a political savvy expert, but I think it's pretty obvious that 80% of the structures in Gaza have been damaged, if not destroyed. I just don't know why more soldiers would have to be going in at this point. I think it makes sense, no matter where you are. You know, I mean, we stay pretty apolitical. I think it's just, let's get these people back now. We've been waiting almost 9 months.
Rachel, let me ask you this. The story is so compelling and so sad and really impacts so many of us in this country. What, if anything, can our viewers at home, here in Israel, but also our many viewers overseas, what can they be doing to bring attention to the issue?
It's a really powerful question because, as you know, we, meaning the whole entire nation, struggles with advocacy specifically around the hostage issue. People are not aware, and this is where, if people have social media, if they can repost posts, they can go to the Bring Them Home channels, they could follow us on Bring Hersh Home, and you repost things. That's the way the world works today. And you really can help spread the message that there are still 120 hostages who are not a monolithic group. They represent 24 different nations. They are Christians, Jews, Buddhists, Hindus, and Muslims. The world doesn't know that. When we travel or when we do even international media from Israel, we are constantly hammering that home so people understand.
Rachel, I'm sorry we're out of time, but I sure hope that the next time we have you on, it's to talk about Hersh's release. So thank you so much for being with us
Amen.
tonight.
Thank you.